Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sheila Keith. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Spruce Grove, Alberta. Relocated not that long ago from Parkland County. You may have watched me there. We decided to give up the country life for town, well, small city life, I guess, and are loving our new home. If you haven't seen me for a while, it's because I had big things happening in our move, and then I had some technical difficulties, but I'm back and I'm trying to be back every Thursday evening for you, and really hope that you will join me and, comment if you're on and watching on Facebook. I need to get my Facebook up so that I can see if there are any comments and would love to interact with you. One of the things that I do want to say today is that today only, if it's not too late for you, Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping on any orders $100 or more. And if you order through my host code that you'll see on the screen in a wee bit, you'll get a little extra something from me. So extra incentive. So shipping went up from 10% to 11% on April 1st. So we get to save 11% plus the GST on 11%. And if you order through my host code, you get a little extra something. So a win-win. So let me tell you tonight, I'm making, it should be a pretty quick card. Got a bit of a masculine feel to it. I'm using a stamp set that I'm pretty liking and is carrying over into the new catalog. The new catalog goes live May 3rd. If you haven't got one yet and would like one, check with me if you have received them from me in the past, because they may not have reached everybody yet. If you've not received a catalog from me in the past, would like one, reach out to me at parklandstamper.com and I get a catalog in the mail to you, because I do have some on hand right now. And yeah, so let's get going here. I need to switch over and find my Facebook lead so that I can make sure I don't miss your comments. And let's get into the project here pretty quick. I am not, oh yeah, I'm live. Here I am. So just bear with me 1 second. I always struggle with this. Ugh, why is this doing this to me? It's playing, but I am not seeing what I want to see. 1 sec, please. Sorry. I don't know. I can't see the comments. Oh, Margaret Allen Miller is on live. Thank you very much for saying hello. I'm not getting the screen on my screen, but that's okay. You're there. Oh, here we go. Maybe this will work. Just when I think I have it figured out. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm good. Hello, Margaret. Thank you for jumping in and saying hello. Okay, I'm going to switch my cameras now, and we will get into this project. I'm going to try and switch my cameras now. Oh goodness, why am I having trouble with this now? I'm so unprofessional. This is really sad. I totally apologize. I obviously way rustier than I thought I was. I closed something I shouldn't have. Oh goodness, I can't seem to switch my cameras here. Oh, this is not going to be much of a demonstration if I can't switch my cameras. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry, people. Hi, Cheryl. I'm having a terrible time right now. I can't seem to get my Zoom switching cameras, which is kind of makes this whole thing useless. Oh, goodness. Could you bear with me? I'm going to go and re-sign in and come back on. I don't know why this isn't working. I'll be right back. Sorry, a million sorries. Please, patience, please. Okay, I think I found what I need to do here. Sorry, so sorry about this. There we go. Let's switch this. There we go. I am so sorry, people. This is not the way it's supposed to go. I am usually much more on it than this. Okay. All right. We're here. Okay. So here is the stamp set that I'm using tonight. It's been around for a couple of catalogs. I absolutely love it. It is, and I'm getting glare, it's greenery that can be feminine or masculine. And we sadly don't have enough sets for masculine cards. The one that I'm sharing with you tonight could go either way, because mostly because of the colors, and I'm not dressing it up too much, which is really hard for me because I really do like to dress the cards up. So this is what we're going to start with. Let me get that out of the way. And this is the card that we're going to make tonight. So it should be fairly simple. And you know me, I like to dress up my envelopes. So I'm using, I was going to use two different colors and just basically decided to go with Night of Navy and Night of Navy stamped off. And then I'm using some gray granite for a little bit of interest in the background. So I will show you how I put this together. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties, which seems to be my second name these days. So I have an envelope, obviously. I have an 8.5 by 5.5 card base, scored at 5 1/4. And of course, now you can use the thick thick basic white cardstock if you like. I have just done my samples with the basic cardstock. You have a layer of Night and Navy that is 4 by 5 1/4, and a layer of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. I have a scrap in here that we're going to stamp on, and I have this image cut from the coordinating dies from the silver. Now, historically, we used to be able to buy basic silver foil cardstock in a pack. Now it comes in a 3-pack. It's kind of temporarily on hiatus, but will be back available in a 3-pack on May 3rd with the new catalog. I also have a piece of this beautiful silver ribbon. It's an 1.25 inch ribbon, and it's really malleable. You can really work with it. I fell in love with it. It came out in a holiday catalog a couple years ago, and they have brought it back, and it is coming back in the new catalog. And then we have a couple of extra pieces to cut. I have cut this circle, and we're going to cut the greeting from another circle die, and they are staying into the new catalog. So I will show you which size circles I used for my cuts as we get into this project. So let's get some of these pieces out of the way so we don't make a big mess, because I'm good at making big messes. And we're going to start with our 3 3/4 by 5 piece of wisp basic white. I'm going to bring in some gray granite ink and one of my blending brushes, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to this layer before I stamp on it. So you want to add ink to your blending brush. You want to put it on in a circular motion, and then you want to come at your cardstock off of the cardstock so you don't get this big glob of color, and start swirling onto the layer where you're adding. And you have to do this a few times depending on the intensity that you want. I don't know, Cheryl, if you have ever caught me on any of my lives. If you have, you've never commented. Thank you so much for joining. I was following along on your wonderful vacation that you took to Antarctica. It looked amazing. You take some amazing vacations. Okay, that's basically all I'm going to do with the blending brush. You can put as much or as little as you want. I just want to add a little bit of color. And then I'm going to bring in my Night and Navy. Oh, I want to share this with you. I saw this really neat tip. I don't remember which demonstrator it was, because with the new stamp pads, some of us have had difficulty opening them compared to we were used to the old ones. What I learned is if you take it, so this is the hinge edge. If you, oh, this one's not going to work. Let's start with this one. If you click or push down here, it pops the lid for easy, typically easy. My Night and Navy doesn't want to seem to play the game, but let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's not gonna play. But most of the time that works, and much easier than trying to pop it open some of the ways that we've done it. Okay, so this leaf image from the stamp set, I'm going to bring in. I'm going to take it across the corner at full strength. And then I'm going to just restamp again without re-inking so that I get like 2-color image kind of. And then I'm going to bring in this one and do something similar here in the middle and then stamp off again. And it's entirely up to you how much of this you want to do. And then this one at the bottom and stamp off. So you've got basically looks like 2 colors without ever changing your ink. I also think we'll leave it at that. It's going to be different. Every card's going to be different. I'll be using those again in a minute on the inside and on the envelope, but we'll leave it for now. I'm going to bring the Gray Granite back in. And there is this little dot image out of the stamp set that I just want to, and you can stamp at full strength and a couple of times without re-inking, just to add a little bit of interest. That should be good. Okay. So that is the base. That's most of the decoration of the card. We are also going to want to stamp our greeting, which is to a friend that makes me happy, on our scrap of white here. Oh, with the wrong color. Let's try this again. Ink pads open near me. Just want to stamp this off. Okay. I wanted to do that one in Night and Navy. Set that aside. I'm going to go over to my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, but what I want to show you, I'm not going to bring it on camera here. So from the circle dies that we have, I used this one here, if you can relate, to cut the scallop. And I'm going to use this one here out of the set to cut my greeting, and I'll be right back. Part of the reason I am not bringing the machine in is that my craft room, which my new craft room is amazing, is a mess because my stepdaughter and her fiance were here on the weekend and we were designing wedding invitations because they're getting married in August. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, I don't know if anyone's talking to me. There's 3 of you watching. I'm not seeing any messages come up, but that could totally be my mess up to start with. Okay, so this is pretty narrow. I'm just going to glue that down and then it'll be ready to go when I'm ready for it. Just put a couple of strips of adhesive on there, and then I'll set it aside. Well, the big part of this is going to be attaching the ribbon. So I want to kind of pleat it in the middle. So I'm going to do that first, kind of decide where I think I want it. I'm just going to put a small bit of adhesive there and center this over, and then just kind of pleat it up on there. So it wrinkles, I guess, pleats, wrinkles. And then I'm going to kind of tap to take away some of the tackiness because it's probably going to stick to my work paper here. Hopefully not too bad. There we go. That's going to be ready to glue. And then what I want to do is put adhesive on the back of this. Because I'm going to actually wrap the ribbon around. So first thing I want to do is put this on. And then wrap that ribbon with the sides full out, if that makes any sense. So we've got the pleated middle and the sides are flared out. Okay. Like that. And then we'll attach that to our card base. And then it gets pretty easy from there. So we've got our, oh shoot, I made a mistake. That's all right, I can fix this. I needed to add this, but I'll slide it under here. Foil cardstock. Always want to use something other than our regular adhesive. I find liquid glue the best. And so I'm just going to put some dots of liquid glue on the leaves. Best part of the liquid glue is it gives you a little wiggle room. So you have a bit of opportunity to adjust placement. And I'd like to use my tweezers so I don't ink up my fingers too bad. Just slide this in here. I make lots of mistakes. It's easy to fix mistakes. Okay. To help secure the ribbon, normally I would only put 2 dimensionals on this, but I'm going to put 3 just to kind of make sure that ribbon holds where I want it to be. And if you have the black ones, that's probably a better idea on the dark cardstock, although it's going on white. So I'm not so sure that really matters, but that will help secure our ribbon pleat like that. And then I'm going to bring in some of our basic rhinestones. And take a pick tool, and I used 3 of just the regular sized ones. I put one up here. Oops. Sometimes I want to be a little fussy. Always use your embellishments in uneven numbers. And remember, if you're only doing this for pleasure, the cost is not a big deal. But if you're doing these to sell them, your embellishments can be on the expensive side. So watch your consumption. Put it somewhere it's going to show. So put it on the white. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then on the inside, what I would like to do is I'm going to do full strength one of these. And a half strength one of these. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the envelope. And there you go. Here's the one I made you tonight. Here is the one I did ahead for a demonstration purpose. A little bit different, but really basically the same card. I totally apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. I should have been better prepared. I got a phone call from my husband who's been gone for a month, and I finally had to say, I have to go and make sure I'm ready. And then of course I got down here and I wasn't. Anyway, reminder, if you are a customer of mine or would like to order from me, free shipping today, 11% savings. If you order the host code that's on the screen, and you meet the host or the free shipping plateau of $100 worth of product, you'll get a little extra something from me. If you are a demonstrator watching me, don't forget free shipping tonight. Stock up on your basics because the price on many items goes up on May 3rd with the launch of the new catalog. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Please leave your comments. I will respond to them as they come in. If you're watching this at a later time, I will always respond. This host code will end tonight with the free shipping, and there'll be a new host code posted on my website tomorrow. Thank you for watching. As I said before, I do truly appreciate your support. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Bye.